Welcome to Married to the Boss podcast. Here are your hosts, Mike and Mayra Harley.
Hello and welcome back to Married to the Boss. Today we are tackling a topic that's causing a lot of buzz. And to be honest, a lot of small businesses are anxious to learn more about this buzz.
That's right. There is a lot of hype and confusion out there, and we are talking about the hype and the confusion centered around AI. So today we're going to break it down and help you understand what it is and what it really means for your business. So to do that, we're going to start with the basics because I like starting out with the basics. And the obvious starting point with that is, what is AI?
This can be stressful. If you need one of these, let us know. We'll send you one. That's a great question. AI, artificial intelligence.
Okay.
I was good with those in school.
Or all in.
All in, yeah, I like it. It's just a new technology that can perform tasks that require humans in our interaction, in our intelligence. This includes things like understanding language, recognizing patterns, and just making general decisions.
And while that might sound a little intimidating, there is actually some practical ways that you can use AI, and it's not only just personal, but also at work. And this conversation today is about business, putting it to use in your business. One of the examples for that is using a chatbot for customer service, or also for automating inventory management. One of the other ways of using it is also to help mitigate some analytics. But I don't want to get ahead of myself. I want to make sure that we are able to stick with the basics.
Yep. So we want to give you some examples of AI solutions that can be applied in your business. We use some today in our business. So, we like sharing things with you that we've already done and it works. And, so it should be value added. So it's all about finding a tool. Everything's about finding a tool, whether it's in the garage or around your desk that fits your needs.
The right tool, right? The right tool.
Absolutely.
So we're going to dive into the world of artificial intelligence and how it can help your business and some of the right tools that you can use to get all of those things done. So to dive in a little bit more into what AI is, I think that maybe we should hit up on that a little bit. Would you like me to start it?
Yeah,
okay.
I can start that.
Okay.
So we're not going to keep saying artificial intelligence. It's just try to say that 3 times as fast as you can. It's no fun. So AI just refers to using computer systems to perform tasks that typically require, again, a human. And these tasks include learning, reasoning, problem solving, understanding natural language, and even recognizing patterns and making decisions. And one of the tools that we use is for business planning. So use an example of if you were to write a business plan for your company, and let's say it's just 20 pages, that's going to take a little bit to do that. But what if you could use a tool, an AI tool, that you could write that business plan and, because we've done it, much better language, and do it in around 2 hours time. That's just kind of give you an example of how we use it today.
Right. Or in my world, there's also some pretty advanced uses of it where it ranges from a simple algorithm used to recommend something to a consumer, like think of Netflix or Amazon, to more complex applications like self-driving cars. Or advanced robots that actually are doing something in a factory or even in an operating table. So there's so many applications of it today.
I don't know about the operating table, but
it's don't tell anybody, but it's
anyway. Okay.
So essentially, it enables a machine or a device to mimic human cognitive functions. So whether it's from a thinking standpoint by crunching the data, or by doing something like operating autonomously like a vehicle. It's really efficient use of technology and helps move business forward. So
AI isn't exactly new. I mean, it has been around for a long time. It's just now coming front and center because it's the new buzzword. Booze or buzz, either
Booze
one.
is good too.
But when you think about buzzwords, and when you go back to the 90s, I know it's a long time, and some of you listening to this may not have been born yet, but the internet was buzz. And I mean buzzing like crazy, and some people never thought anything would happen with it. Others thought it was going to be the next biggest thing, and now look where we're at today. So AI is just the next big thing that's going on in after decades of development.
Yeah. And think of the humble beginnings. I mean, honestly, AI actually started in the 50s, believe it or not. And people just think that it's something that's new. And a lot of the hype, obviously nobody was talking about it in the 50s because nobody really knew about it. A lot of the hype actually started much way after that. And some of those actually transpired into what you know today. For example, some of the modern AI uses are, say, what you see perhaps in either Bing engine or Google Gemini or Bing Copilot or even Alexa. To be honest with you, Alexa is an AI tool that has been around we've been using Alexa since she first became available, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
she's like old news now.
Yeah, she is. I mean, talking about
I like
old
her,
news.
but she's still,
Well, I think she's showing her age though, because she's starting to.
She's been messing up lately.
Yeah, she has a lot. Anyways, but a lot of that too has a lot to do with data availability. Not to pick on Alexa, but I don't know what happened to her team of caretakers, because they kind of stopped feeding into her data, her data bank. Let's call it bank. Because she's not able to answer certain questions that you would expect her by this point in time to be able to answer. Whereas you can get a lot of that more humanistic feel from, say, there's products out there like text-to-speech product. They have more humanistic feel, and also Copilot or Gemini or those types of very front and center type of AI-related products that are available today. Anyways, and some of the other reasons why it's so popular today is because of the practicality of AI and how it can integrate, as we just mentioned, into our daily lives, where it makes our life so much easier. I know we love using technology at home, not just at work, but we really
everything. And just kind of going back there for a second, I think that take a little. Most people know LinkedIn, right? And a lot of business people are on LinkedIn. I know people that have not seen that there's a feature for AI for upgrading the content to something that you wrote. And I don't know if there's probably some of you are like me out there that you write stuff and it just looks like you're writing the same words in the same sentences and you're saying the same thing and it's coming across as, oh my gosh, I'm getting sick of reading my own stuff. I got to believe that's a pretty big percentage of the population in business. So what AI does, it's your idea, but just to hit improve, and that thing comes back like, wow, this just sounds like the way I should sound. That's just a nice, simple little tool just from a writing. I mean, there's so many different ones you could use it for, but that's very, very helpful because nobody wants to go on LinkedIn and put a post that's it's so personal and emotional. AI takes all that stuff out of it. Yeah, and
there's so much to cover also with as far as applications of AI that we are going to, by the way, I forgot to mention, we are going to break this big, huge topic of artificial intelligence into 4 different episodes just because there's so much to cover.
Good. I didn't know that. Good.
Oh, okay.
I thought we were just doing all in one.
You didn't get the memo? You didn't read it? You got it but didn't read it.
We're going to be here for a while.
I know. Anyways, but there are some misconceptions or misunderstanding with AI that I think that's important that we just air that out. And one of them is that it's perfect for every situation or every problem out there that you're trying to solve. And that's just that's not true. One of the truths behind that, one of the facts around that is that it's really robust, but it's not a one-size-fits-all. Only because it does require, using it requires a lot of maintenance and hand holding. So that's one of the reasons it's not good for every problem. The other one is that it can replace human creativity. And to be quite honest with you, AI exists because of human creativity.
Yeah. So let me throw out another example there. So going back, staying on one subject like business planning.
Yeah.
So you write your business plan. It's your idea. It's your company, right? And it writes about, I would say 75%, 80% based on you're getting asked questions, you're providing the answers, and your business plan comes to life. But there's no way that AI can really get into your head on where you want to take this company and how you want to take this company. You have to have that human interaction there. I mean, I've tried it to where if you could just look at the business plan and say, okay, this is it, we're done. It's not going to work that way. I mean, there's too much experience just from us to put into a business plan that we have to add that. So to think that AI is going to be that one size fits all, I would beg to differ with that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to beg. I don't like begging, but I would just not going to agree with it.
That's funny.
They may not think that's funny. I just want to throw that in there. Yeah, I don't like begging. But go ahead.
Who does?
I don't know.
I know I don't.
Yeah, I don't.
But we should probably just, I guess, maybe wrap this.
Let's wrap it.
Okay. Some of the things that we should also consider is also consider maybe some of the ways that you implement them, or before I get ahead of myself, maybe some of the benefits, right? Because we've touched on the history, but maybe some of the benefits for businesses. And you mentioned some. Some of the tools. I mean,
I'm throwing another one because we use them, and I'm looking at a board up here because we have so many things that we have going on. But lead generation. I mean, there's lead generation AI tools out there. Then we use them today, and I've vetted a few different companies, but they are slick. I mean, the content's good, the data's real. I've vetted it, and the information that's in the system, but just the way it's displayed, and it's wonderful.
Yeah, and the reason it's wonderful is because it's using data set from previous successful campaigns. See, that's the wonderful thing about it, is that instead of I guess in the old way of doing things, we would hire a more experienced campaign manager, right?
Yep.
And you to use that scenario.
Yep.
But today, with a tool that you subscribe to that focuses in that area of, what did you say, marketing? Was it marketing or whatever?
Lead generation.
Lead generation. Sorry. Lead generation. Anyways, there are experts out there on lead generation.
See, stress. Go ahead.
And they take all of those. They take that information, all of the historical, factual information on successful implementations of lead harvesting versus what didn't work, versus what had to be reworked. They take all of that information, all of that insight, and dump it into an area that one of these applications get access to. So when you pay to get access to that, instead of, you're not reinventing the wheel, you're actually operating from something that was already successful, or you're avoiding failure. So they, and it helps. It's smart enough to be able to crunch the numbers fast enough and tell you, well, this has been done before, but if you, based on some of those tweaks that they've done, this is how they got a more successful outcome.
Right.
So that's why they're great from that standpoint.
Yeah, and again, business planning, lead generation is just a couple that we use. But going back to the lead generation part, if you're trying to find leads, LinkedIn's been going back to LinkedIn, it's a good site to try to get connected. But if I wanted to find, we're in the Tampa Bay area, if I wanted to find 100 companies that we could potentially consult with, go try to find those 100 companies today. I mean, you could buy a list, which those are no good. But I mean, if you could actually go and pull...
Way, never buy a list.
No, don't buy lists. Been doing that for years, that doesn't work. But if you could go in there and build your criteria that I'm looking for a CEO in this industry with this many people, and whatever that criteria is, hit a button and there they are. Phone numbers, email addresses, the people that are making decisions in the company. We have that already set up with our company. And so those are the kind of things that if you really, really think that through of how efficient you would be.
Sure. And what you just described, though, just to be clear, how that differentiates from a lead buying program is that you're actually going through, say, for an example, white pages, business white pages, but it's not.
Yep.
Just not to date myself, but you're just you're sifting through that information and zeroing in on certain contacts that are decision makers.
Yep.
So you're doing the work yourself,
Yep.
but this tool helps you automate it and make it so easy for you that within 30 seconds you've got what you need.
Yeah, but now let's take a step back and saying, is it 100% no? So what do you do to make sure that the data is good? And again, I've done this with hundreds of companies, and that is, that information comes up. What do? I go to this company's website. I want to see if the founders are there, like the founder that says in this report.
Yeah.
So that's how I'm vetting to make sure that the information is correct. And it's not perfect. It's not going to be perfect. Nothing is. But I would say that if you can get 75, 80% of the data that's coming back that is real, sign me up.
I agree. I totally agree. Hey, anything for efficiency, I'm in.
Me too.
I love efficiency.
Yep.
So to wrap up, now I guess we can wrap up.
Yeah.
As far as how do we, if I've never implemented artificial intelligence, what are some of the best things?
Well, first of all, you have to start small.
True.
Somebody within our family asked a question, I don't understand AI. Well, you need to understand AI. So, it's one thing good about the internet is anything you want to know about AI, it's out there. You brought up Copilot before because, Bing uses Copilot. Slick little, simple, free. It's sitting on their homepage. And that's how you start small. You go in there and you ask a question, my back hurts. What would you recommend? Let it answer it.
Yep.
And it's going to give you all kinds of answers. All those answers, all that information is out there. All Copilot or all AI is doing is gathering that content and putting it in. So start small, kind of look at, when I say start small, find something that you just want to know more information about and go at it.
Or you can also start small in like maybe a project.
A project, yeah.
What would you recommend from a project standpoint to start small?
You could, any project you want to.
I think the simplest one is the one that you've been repeating over and over again, and that's maybe LinkedIn.
LinkedIn, yeah. If you wanted to, let's say that you wanted how to set up a page on LinkedIn. Okay, you could actually go to LinkedIn and look all over their page and try to find it. But if you just went to, again, like a little tool like Copilot, it's going to come up like that, and it's going to tell you this is what you need to do to get set up. So really, really start small and easy.
So in other words, identify whatever the need is, a small little baby step need that you might have in the business.
Yep.
And then identify the right tool for that, whether it's Copilot or something else to help you, in this case, the LinkedIn campaign or whatever it is that you're trying to do in LinkedIn.
Yep.
So leverage whatever available out there already for free. Before spending money on something that you don't know if it's going to work or not. And then I guess for me, I think it would be important to also look for like a low-hanging fruit would be something that can be automated, which you kind of spoke to that effect in regards to business plan, like writing, taking something, because we have multiple companies and we're big on business plan writing. It does help us from that standpoint where a lot of our companies have some similar characteristics, but so instead of reinventing the wheel, we take some pre-existing business plans and say, hey, look, this is what we're doing this time around.
We replicate a lot of stuff, but just to throw out, there's a lot of things we're going to, like the boss said, I almost said she, like the boss said, we're going to do 3 more sessions of AI and episodes, and there's some things that we're going to share with you that is it's not going to cost you anything, that can help you with your business, help you with ideas, help you with writing content. And see, we enjoy doing that stuff. That's why we do these podcasts, because we wish somebody would have done this for us.
Yeah, we love to share the knowledge.
So you're going to get some pretty good ideas coming up in the future sessions.
Yeah, absolutely. We'd definitely love to share the knowledge. We love to keep everyone abreast of the latest developments and the best practices, only because we want you as entrepreneurs, and especially married entrepreneurs, to be successful. And the only way to be successful is to be armed with information to make the right decisions, the right choices. And unfortunately, in order to get advice from people who are seasoned, successful entrepreneurs, and we are successful.
Yep.
Sometimes you have to pay big, and we want to
do.
help. This is sort of, I guess, our...
And we do that for a living.
Yes.
I mean, we do consult businesses and help them in any way that we can. But this is a means for us to come back and help small businesses.
It's like our ministry.
It is. It's kind of like
it's our
ministry.
community outreach program.
It is. We enjoy it.
Yeah, all of the above. But the most important thing is just planning, right? And just planning, identifying, planning, arming yourself with information, and trying it out.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
So I guess that pretty much covers
That's
it
it
as
for
far
this
as how
one.
basic.
You just got very, very, very basic.
We did.
And we're going to take it up a notch
Yes,
on the
we
next
are.
one. So we thank you for listening. Good seeing everybody all again, and know that there's going to be a lot more episodes coming here in the future.
Yes, there is.
Are we done?
We are done.
All right. Have a good one, everybody.
Bye.
That's this week's episode of Married to the Boss podcast. Please join us next week for another episode. Thanks for listening.